Hey guys, it's Robin Kelly. Somebody actually requested this. I'm going to be reading you some of my dreams that I had written down from 2009 up until now. Just a warning, some of these are very dark and very violent, so if you're not into that kind of thing, then definitely click away. I'm actually filming this in my old room where a lot of these dreams actually happened. I hope you guys enjoy this video. So I'm going to start with the first one that is pretty interesting. I've had many dreams that took place at my nanny's, and every time it's haunted. All I remember is a group of people explaining to me that the demons were back in my head and I needed something to be done. Okay, this one's really dark. I remember this one pretty vividly too. All I can remember from this morning's dream is that me and random people were on a playground, and across from the playground was this water hose looking power plant building. When we were on the playground, we were in Simpsons cartoon style, so everyone around me and me just all looked like some sort of Simpsons cartoon. When we went to the water hose looking building, it had bodies that had been melted together. I don't know, maybe at this time I had watched Jeepers Creepers or something. You know that scene where all the bodies are like sewn together on the ceiling? After my brother told me how to have an out-of-body experience, I guess I tried this on the couch because I knew I would have a better chance. So when I tried, things just fucked up and I'm scared to ever attempt it again. I looked like at the TV and there was like this figure standing in front of the TV and it had a spinning face. There were a lot of dark figures and things with weird faces. I looked at the other couch and Jay was standing up behind it speaking in reverse. Everything felt wrong, and that's technically limbo. When I woke up, Jay was sitting at the computer. I remember this. I don't know how because I was so young when I had this dream. It was just like a shot of like a landscape. It was like a field or something, and it was really dark, and there was just a scarecrow, and like the wind was kind of blowing through its arms, and that's all it was. And I had that dream a couple times. I watched a documentary the other day talking about night terrors, and it said that people don't generally remember their night terrors, but I remember a lot of mine, and this is one of them. In reality, my mom was just standing in the doorway asking like, are you okay? Because I had been screaming. But to me, like, I was looking at her and dreaming, and she was a demon just like screaming at me. Another sleep paralysis story that happened to me a lot, like when I was really, really young. So I remember just being like stuck in sleep paralysis and laying on the couch, and my eyes would be closed and I would see like these silhouettes, and gremlins is the only way I can explain it. Like, I know it doesn't sound scary, but they were all kind of like warping into each other, and just like there was a bunch of them, and sounds from the background of what was actually going on in the house would warp into my dream and make kind of like a weird growling sound. I don't know, it was absolutely terrifying. I remember that. Okay, so this one is apparently from 2011, so I would have been living in another place. Last night I dreamt this house was haunted. My closet led down to a cellar where a woman with scary eyes soon after changed, so I guess her eyes were scary and then went back to normal. So this woman was holding a baby, asking me to take it. I think somehow the baby changed into a cat. This one I actually totally forgot about, and it's absolutely terrifying. I wrote this in 2013, and it's kind of a long one. There was a portal into a different dimension. It was a really fun place with dancing. After a while, we went back to find the portal to get home, and there wasn't one. I had stumbled onto the woods area. There was a man laying in the mud, staring up, not blinking. Then suddenly there were all these bigger people laying around. We had to walk over them through the mud. They were all naked and not saying a word. When we got to the edge of the water, the staring man was laying in it, staring up. One of the women looked up at me after an eerie silence and smiled and said, "You're never getting out of here." Okay, this one is also really dark. I wrote this in 2013. It says, I was with a group of people in a warehouse. It seemed like I was with classmates. We were painting. Someone offered me a red colored paint that had chunks in it. I realized soon enough I was painting with brains. The person pointed to a small body in the paint and said, "It's still alive." I went to the bathroom down the slightly lit, creepy warehouse hallway. I closed the stall door and sat down. A Silent Hill-like creature with extremely long arms and a blurry, unseen face walked back and forth quickly in front of the stall. It was wearing a schoolgirl-like uniform and shoes. It opened the stall door next to me. I could see the shoes under the stall wall and opened the door to run away. I woke up scared and gasping for air. I don't know what's wrong with me. And that's all I have for you guys. Those are all my creepy dreams. Not every dream I have is obviously that twisted, but most of them are. If you guys have any video ideas or anything you want to hear from me, just let me know in the comments.